Hello there, today I'm going to tie a pheasant tail pattern for you. This is called Sheps pheasant tail. It used to be a guy, when I first seriously started getting into competition fishing, he showed me a few bits and bobs, and I think he did win the Troutmasters one year. But the fly itself, I think it's overcomplicated personally, but I'm going to tie it the way that he showed me, bar one exception which I'll explain at the time. Okay, the hook and the vise is a Camazan B175, and we're going to use uni thread in black 6/0. First thing I'm going to do is just get my thread on to the hook, get rid of the pig's tail, and I'm going to bring that back to just before the barb on the hook. I've already pre-cut some pheasant tail fibres. You can see there's actually 3 here, and I'm going to use these as opposed to what I would usually do. Usually I would just use the fibres from a hen hackle or similar. I'm going to use a dark copper rib, so we'll just attach that at the same time. Now I'm going to just push my rib up. You can't see because it's on the wrong side of the hook, but I've just pushed my wire rib up to where I think my thorax is going to come. I'm going to come back down, and there's going to be a back over wing to this. It used to be pearl lurex. I'm just going to use mylar, similar sort of stuff, and I'm going to catch that in just on the back of the fly here. Then I can pull my pheasant tail fibres back and bring my thread forward. Now I would use my fingers usually to wrap this, but just to be on the safe side, I like to use a set of hackle pliers. Gives you a lot more room to play with. But I have found some nice long fibres for this fly, so I don't think I'm going to have any problems. But when you're using a shorter fibre, the hackle pliers certainly help when you're applying your pheasant tail fibres. And as it is, it looks like I'm going to need all the pheasant tail to come up to where I need. So I'm just going to catch in my pheasant tail fibres with 2 or 3 turns. Then I can lift up my hackle pliers so I can remove the remaining fibres. Now you'll see a couple of loose bits hanging there. I'm just going to tidy that up. And first thing I'm going to do is bring over my back rib, I had known Shep to pull these on intermediate lines and catch fish, not just slow figure of 8s. Once I've cut my flash back in, I'm going to bring my copper wire round in the opposite direction, and you may get 3 to 4 turns out of that before you catch that in. Again, once you've got keep the thread tight, just twist away your wire rib. Now I'm just going to use my fingers here to just manipulate the body a little bit. I want the flashback sitting on top of the fly. Now there's a lot happens at the front of this fly, and this is where I think there's just far too much going on. In the original pattern, the cheeks were a glow bright number 8, which is quite a deep orange, and you use several fibres of that to form your cheeks. I like to use goose biots, so I'm not going to put the floss in. I've got one here that I quite like for this pattern. It's been dyed picric yellow. I've already pre-cut cheeks, and what I'm going to do is, if you excuse my fingers, just going to tie these in together. A couple of holding wraps just to get them in place, like so. And I'll just come back one more turn, because I like to have a nice big thorax on this. Now, the cover for the thorax again is pheasant tail. Now I've already pre-plucked the number out. I'm simply going to remove a big chunk at the front, so I've got a nice flat head to work with. The first wrap on this is very gentle. I don't want to crush it all down. And once you've got it in place, you can then crush it down. Now I'm building up a small thorax area here, and in a moment I'm going to tie in 2 strands of pheasant tail. Now I'm going to tie them in at the thick side first and bring my thread to the front of the hook. Now these 2 strands are going to form my thorax. Again, I'm going to use my hackle pliers just to aid with the turning of the pheasant tail. As I get to the front of the fly, just drop that off there and just bring it back around. I need to be very careful because I don't want the feather to snap like that, but just managed to catch it before it broke away. Just going to get rid of some of the excess there. Now, first thing then is I'm going to bring across my 2 cheeks, like so, and just 2 or 3 wraps, then I can break them off. And all that's left is to bring my thorax wrapping across the top, like so. 2 or 3 turns to hold it in place. I'm going to come in with my snips just to trim as close to the point as I can, and then I'm going to work backwards from the eye just to form a little head. Just a couple of half hitches now to secure the thread, and again I can come in with my snips and remove that. And there we have the Sheps pheasant tail. Now I would apply a little bit of varnish to the head there just to set it, but other than that, there's the finished fly. Not something I use a lot nowadays, but certainly in its day this was a real fish killer. Hope that was of some use to you. Thanks for watching.